This from the North Star with Sean King. Michael Wolff says Epstein showed him photos of Trump with topless girls at his house. 2 topless girls on Trump's lap, 1 photo with a stain on his pants. Epstein kept these in his safe and showed them off. This wasn't just perversion, this was blackmail, smoking gun. They always said the Epstein files were conspiracy theories, but the stories are starting to leak. And this one might be the ugliest yet. This week, journalist and best-selling author Michael Wolff told a story in public, on camera to the team at Midas Touch Network, that left me shaken. He says that years ago, while sitting in Jeffrey Epstein's Palm Beach home, Epstein excused himself, walked to his safe, and pulled out a small collection of photographs. According to Wolff, there were around a dozen photos total. All of them, he says, featured Donald Trump, and not Trump at a gala or a golf course, not Trump giving a thumbs up in a suit. No, these were photos taken inside Epstein's house, where all of the things that he would ultimately be accused of took place. Wolff says he remembers 3 images in particular. In 2 of them, there are young, topless girls sitting on Trump's lap. In the 3rd, Trump appears to have a stain on the front of his pants. That's not gossip. That's not rumor. That's first-hand testimony from a journalist who was sitting in the room, shown those images by Epstein himself. And if it's true, it's not just disgusting, it's blackmail. And that's what this was always about. Not about abuse, not about rape, but leverage, power, secrets. People forget or never knew that Trump's own cabinet member, former Labor Secretary Alex Acosta, said Epstein was off limits. When Acosta was asked why he gave Epstein a sweetheart deal in 2008, letting him walk free after dozens of survivors came forward, he told a journalist on the record, "I was told Epstein belonged to intelligence, so we were told to back off." Those are his words. He never denied saying them. So when people ask why Epstein wasn't prosecuted properly or why he kept getting protection from the people in the highest levels of government, the answer has always been the same. Because he wasn't just a predator, he was an asset. He collected dirt and he weaponized it. He invited powerful men to his homes, his jets, his islands. He brought in young girls, teenagers, sometimes even younger. He made people feel safe, important, entitled. Then he made sure it was all captured. The photos, the videos, the voices, and after that, he owned you. That's what intelligence networks do. That's what blackmail operations are built for. And whether Epstein was working for the CIA, Mossad, or both, what we know for sure is that he had powerful handlers, powerful friends, and an unlimited supply of protection, including from the Trump administration itself. And then there's Israel. Because of all this, the blackmail, the intelligence ties, the inexplicable loyalty helps make sense of something that still confuses many people: Donald Trump's absolute subservience to the Israeli government. From the moment he took office, Trump did everything Netanyahu wanted. He moved the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem, cut humanitarian aid to Gaza, pulled out of the Iran deal, backed annexation of Palestinian land, ended funding to UNRWA, gave Israel $38 billion for military aid, paved the way for genocidal policies we're watching unfold today. It wasn't just diplomacy, it was obedience. And now we have to ask, was it ideology or was it pressure? Because if Epstein had those photos, and if Trump knew they existed, then his presidency wasn't just compromised, it was controlled. And Epstein wasn't working alone. That's the other part of this story the media still refuses to touch. Because Epstein wasn't a lone wolf. He was plugged into a global intelligence pipeline with direct links to Israeli intelligence, private black ops networks, and elite financial and political families. Let's talk about Les Wexner, the billionaire founder of L Brands, who gave Epstein power of attorney, hundreds of millions of dollars, and his own Manhattan townhouse. Wexner is Jewish-American, fiercely pro-Israel, and has long been connected to Zionist institutions and political donors. He gave Epstein money, legitimacy, and protection, and no one has ever fully explained why. Who does this? And then there's Ghislaine Maxwell, the daughter of Robert Maxwell, a man who died under mysterious circumstances after decades of credible reports linking him to Mossad operations. Ghislaine didn't just help recruit and groom girls, she helped run the network. And she's still alive, still protected, still silent. The system is deep and it protects itself. That's why the client list is still sealed. That's why so few people have been named. That's why so many journalists still won't touch this story. Even when Michael Wolff is out there describing photos of a former U.S. president with topless girls on his lap, they don't want the story to end, because the real ending might burn everything down. The photos exist. The files are real. The witnesses are speaking, and the silence is the real cover-up. Michael Wolff told us what he saw. It's time to stop pretending about this tabloid drama. It's about blackmail. It's about foreign intelligence. And it may help explain why Donald Trump and others like him are still loyal to the very people dropping bombs on starving children in Gaza. It all connects. And when history is written, let it show that we didn't stay silent while compromised men paid for genocide.